Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Hope you doing fine. Today, I'm going to tell you my story. But, before that, if you are for the first time to my channel, make sure to give me a subscribe and give a thumbs up. And watch my video from the beginning to the very end. Here's my story. So let's get started. I first met Penny Ashton at a dinner party. She was not a beautiful woman, but she was well dressed, quite pretty and, as I quickly realized, very intelligent. She was an attractive and interesting woman. She was a good listener, but did not say much herself. After dinner I managed to spend a lot of time talking to her. She was an attractive and interesting woman.
Which station does your bus go from?
Victoria.
That's my home way too. If you will, I can take you home.
Of course, why not?
When? Shall we have a dinner together?
All right, on Wednesday.
After she had hurried off to catch her bus, I realized I didn't know if she was married or not. On the following Wednesday, I met her at University College at 7:15 in the evening.
Hello, do you always work so late?
Not always, it depends on how my work is going. Sometimes, earlier. Sometimes, later.
We went to the theater, and had dinner afterwards in a restaurant, in Soho. For me it was a most enjoyable evening, and I think it was for Penny, too. In the next 6 weeks, we went out together several times and I realized that Penny Ashton was becoming a serious part of my life. One evening, we had dinner at my flat. I cooked a Chinese meal for her and, when she told me how much she had enjoyed the meal, she also invited me to her home for the weekend, to meet her family. Marlow is a small town on the River Thames, about an hour's drive from London. The house where Penny lived with her father and her sister was in the countryside, just a few minutes from the town. It was a large and beautiful house, the kind that you read about in the best magazines. It had a big, well-kept garden, tennis courts, and a swimming pool. Penny's father, George Ashton, was in his mid-50s. His wife was dead, and he had not married again. He was tall, gray-haired, and very fit, as I discovered when he beat me at tennis. After the game, I was tired. But Ashton dived into the swimming pool for a swim, before going back to the house for a shower. He was 25 years older than I was, but I was exhausted from the game of tennis, which I had lost.
Is he always like that? Always? So full of energy?
Always.
Her sister Gillian was not at all like Penny. She was the kind of woman who likes to stay at home and run the house. It was a large house with several servants, and she organized it very well. Gillian told the servants what to do, she planned the meals, and seemed to be very happy. It was a friendly family, and I soon felt very comfortable with them, although I knew that I was there to be inspected. We had dinner, we talked, the girls went to bed, and George Ashton and I sat and talked for a long time. He told me about his two factories, which made special kinds of plastic materials.
So, how did you earn money, Mr. Malcolm?
I'm an economist. I work in a company which studies economic problems and then helps other companies to do their business better. We don't work for big companies, but lots of smaller ones, like yours, find our advice useful.
It's great.
Ashton seemed happy with my answers, and the rest of the weekend passed quietly. On Sunday evening, as I was leaving, Ashton invited me to return the following weekend. I was happy to accept. I had enjoyed that first family weekend, and I had enjoyed their company. Ashton, the rich, fit, and independent businessman. Jillian, his home-loving daughter. And Penny, the woman with her own career outside the family. The only strange member of the group was Benson, Ashton's personal servant. He spoke with a gentle, educated accent. But his face looked as if he had had far too many fights when he was a young man.